Hello friends, Craig Ballard, Jays Talk. In this video, talking about Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Now, one thing I hear a lot is that a huge plus, a huge blessing for the 2024 Toronto Blue Jays would be Vladimir Guerrero Jr. getting back to being Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at the plate. I think I view Vladdy differently than a lot of people, so I wanted to have this conversation with you. As for me, Vladdy has never had a season where he's hit to his full potential, and yes, even 2021, we'll deep dive that together in a moment here. Now, I want to mention I've never been so excited about any player in any sport as I was about Vladimir Guerrero Jr. coming to the majors for the Toronto Blue Jays. I'm a Laker fan, and back in the day, I was at the Sports Cafe by Square One. If you know, you know. And I was there the night they landed Kobe Bryant, and I was on cloud 9. But even for Kobe, I had the same approach I've always had for any athlete in any sport. I need to see it under the bright lights of professional competition to be sold and to be certain. Well, for Vladdy, for me, he was different. Different than any excitement and confidence I've ever had for an up-and-comer. With Vladdy, I thought he would be an absolute superstar, and I'm talking from day one, as soon as he walked in the door. Didn't need to wait to see it, as I was certain I was going to see it, and I literally thought Vlad was going to be a first-ballot Hall of Famer. Fast forward to where we are now in 2024, and for me, I just feel like the truth is that superstar production has not been on display. Not yet, anyway, and we'll get to that yet together as well. Now, when I talk about this whole, getting back to Vladdy being Vladdy at the plate, have we ever seen him be Vladdy at the plate? What I get back a lot is, well, Craig, getting back to Vladdy being Vladdy is referring to that 2021 season. Well, let's deep dive that season for a moment here, because I wonder how you're going to feel about this. Now, in 2021, Vladdy played 44 games, legit sample size, in non-MLB ballparks due to COVID. Dunedin and Salem Field in Buffalo. You remember that, of course? Now, not Vladdy's fault. The global pandemic is not on Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and in fact, one would hope that Vladdy would take advantage of playing in these non-MLB parks, which he did. But from a big picture standpoint, I think it's true that he benefited from a stat standpoint in a huge, absolutely massive way by playing in Dunedin and in Buffalo. Now, those 44 games in non-MLB ballparks were an absolute video game performance from Vladdy and really inflated his full season numbers. Let's take a look. Now, what do you think of the slash line above here and the home run total? You see why I say video game numbers, right? Are you kidding me with that batting average? On base almost half the time, and I'm not even sure I knew an OPS could be that high. My goodness. And for 44 games, there's 21 home runs in there. I mean, wow. Well, these are Vladdy's numbers in 2021, hitting at Dunedin and Salem Field. In the 117 games in MLB ballparks that Vladdy played in 2021, below is his slash line. Now, below that is what his 2021 season would have been as per the numbers if he played every single game at an MLB ballpark. Now, hardly a brutal season, right? If he played the whole season in MLB ballpark, sure. But isn't it true that this is hardly the incredible season that it looks like on paper? His overall numbers in 2021 had Vladdy leading the league in home runs with 48. But if you played every single game in MLB ballparks as per his home run per at-bat, he would have hit 39 home runs. Good. Very good, but not the league leading. In fact, not even in the top 5. He also led the league in 2021 in on-base percentage. Well, if you played the entire season in MLB ballparks, it would have been, as per the numbers, a 375 on-base percentage. Again, I'm going to say good, but not league leading. In fact, it would have tied him for 9th with new Blue Jay Joey Votto. Vladdy led the league in 2021 in OPS as well, but as per the numbers, his OPS, if he played the entire season in MLB ballparks, would have been 33rd in the league, and not first, 33rd. Now again, I want to acknowledge, these are not bum numbers, right? But if you did not already know this about the huge production fluctuation between MLB and non-MLB ballparks for Vlad in that 2021 season, let me ask, do you view that 2021 a little bit differently now? Does it have you looking at Vlad's 2021 at least a little bit, at least a small step backwards? Further to that, let's look at the fact that Vlad has been in the league since 2019 and at this point has strode up to the plate almost 3,000 times at the big league level. So we've got, that's a bit of a sample size, right? That's legit. We've got a sample size here. And at this point, in MLB ballparks, over a 600 at-bats season, so that's a season where you play every single day, here's Vladdy's average season. Again, only production in MLB ballparks is taken into consideration here, and I hope you're seeing my point about it's more like we need a breakout season from Vladimir Guerrero Jr. rather than getting Vladdy back to being Vladdy, as I'm saying he's not been anywhere near what the expectations were. Am I speaking for myself here? I had higher expectations than these numbers, I'll say that. 2 epic home run derby performances from Vlad, yet averaging 27 home runs for the Toronto Blue Jays. And despite hitting third for a perennial playoff team, not even 100 RBIs? I mean, for what, 95, what, 98% of the league, a huge percentage of the league, right? These are monster numbers. Imagine we could apply these numbers to Dalton Varsho, to Alejandro Kirk, to Biggio, to Kiermaier, to so many players, right? Honestly, for so many players, these are huge numbers. But for Vladimir Guerrero Jr., didn't we expect more than this? I have to say, this is not superstar production. By just showing up for the games on time, by just showing up for the games on time, Vladdy should hit over 300. And he should have a baseline of mid to high 30 home runs every single season, and certainly triple-digit RBIs. Now, I said earlier that I don't think we've seen his potential on display over the course of the entire season, and I said yet, and we would get back to that yet. Well, the yet for me is because I do see cause for optimism coming into 2024 for Vladdy, and it has to do with the consistency I feel like he's setting himself up for, thanks to the work he's clearly put in this offseason. Now, Vlad coming to camp in good shape is not a new thing, but in the past, he's never had the training and conditioning to maintain throughout the season, which is a problem already, of course. Plus, add the fact that he never accepts days off for body maintenance, right? But this off-season, he moved his family to the U.S. and put in a ton of work, and from what it looks like from his training, he is specifically focused on things that will work for him for the long haul. Consistency and maintaining is what I hear a lot. It seems to be his focus, and if he's able to execute and put in the work and earn that maintenance and earn that consistency, then we may see, in my opinion, for the first time, Vladdy put together a full season that is absolutely up to where I believe his potential is. Go, Vladdy, go! And go, Jays, go.